Yo, what's going on YouTube? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And in this video, it's actually a really exciting video for me because Hive OS actually implemented memory temperatures within the software. I know this came out like a few days ago, so I'm kind of behind on it. But yeah, man, so previously the only way to see your memory temperatures for your NVIDIA cards with the GDDR6X memory was using it in Windows. You'd have to have like a spare SSD or a dual boot to boot into Windows and, you know, mine on it and see what was going on with your memory temperatures, or use hardware info, and other software like that. You weren't able to do that in Linux. Just a heads up, I am fully on Linux now, Hive OS. I don't mine on Windows except for my test bench, and I don't plan on making any more Windows rigs. I'm staying fully on Hive OS unless, I have a spare rig that's on Windows that I really don't need to worry about. But at the moment, everything will be on Hive OS. Yeah, this was actually requested by a few people in the comments. They're like, show your memory temperatures. I was like, all right, let me get to it. And yeah, man, so we're here. So I'll show you guys the farm really quick. I do have a rig I'm working on. I'm gonna keep that a secret. Make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for that upcoming rig. But I do have currently 4 rigs and 26 cards that are running. And yeah, that one rig is down. I'm not going to say what it is. You guys got to subscribe to find out for that one. But let's take a look into the rigs, man. So we'll go into my first rig. And just a disclaimer, I name all of my rigs after like anime characters. So if you're wondering why they say like Vegeta Rig and whatnot, that's pretty much why. If you saw that, Zoro Rig from One Piece, Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z and whatnot. So just to clear that up. And when I do show you guys before I show you guys the memory temperatures, I'm gonna put up a picture of the rig so you know what I'm talking about. So that way it's you at least know what I'm talking about, or you can see. But this is my Vegeta rig. This consists of my RTX 3090, which I have downclocked. I have the Asus Strix 3080 full hash rate. I have another EVGA for the Win 3 full hash rate, and then I have 2 NVIDIA 3080 Founders Editions that are mining in there as well. If you look at the memory junction temperature, you can just hover over it. You don't need to do anything. All you gotta do is hover over it, and it actually updates in real time. So you just hover over it, it'll show you the core temp, and it'll show you the memory temp, and it'll show you the GPU, obviously. So very, very nice, and it's very nice that it just auto updates within the software. You don't actually have to tap into your miner or shell in a box to look at it. So yeah, this is my 3090. I do have it downclocked. It does need thermal pads. I knew it needed thermal pads for a while. Like I said, I gotta get around to doing it, but for now, like, that's fine. It's not thermal throttling, and obviously, like, the efficiency is not the greatest, but it's better than running it at like 106, 104, which was what it was at. But this card actually can overclock really, really high. Like, it was able to get to 125 mega hash. But obviously, like I said, thermal's not good on that card. The best card that I currently own, aside from like the newer cards, this is one of my oldest cards, my Asus Strix 3080. 10 gigabyte, obviously, full hash rate. Memory junction temperatures at 88 degrees Celsius. And the core is at 43. So it's crazy, man. This card is crazy. Like, I really, really like this card. It's actually one of my personal cards that I use for a while, and honestly, like, it's been going strong, man. Like, the thermal pads in this card are like godly. I don't know what Asus did. I know some Asus cards people complain, but like this Strix, man, like, they really went top tier with the pads on this one. This for the Win 3 is actually a B stock GPU. I know that because I put in that rig. The thermal pads, I think it does need some thermal pads. Like, if you look at the temperature, we're currently at 96 degrees Celsius for the memory, 41 for the core. So the core is pretty good, but the memory, honestly, I think right now it's spring, but when summer comes along, I think it's going to get a little bit worse. So maybe this card is something I need to keep an eye on, especially with this. They're both for the Win 3s, this 3090 and this 3080. So I probably should keep an eye on that. This Founders Edition actually has pretty decent thermals. However, the core is a little bit hotter. I think because it's just a dual fan, and yeah, this card's at 92 degrees Celsius for the memory and 50 for the core. And this last Founders, this core is a little bit higher, and the memory is a little bit higher at 94 degrees Celsius. So probably keep this card in mind too for thermals. Honestly, like any 3080, you probably got to change the thermals. Like any card with the 6X, you got to change the thermals. Like I said, I have all of these in one like area together, so it's obviously a little bit hotter, but yeah, you can see my efficiency. And if you want to use my overclocks, feel free to use them. I don't know if they'll work. Just remember, it's up to the Silicon Lottery at that point. But yeah, guys, this is my Vegeta rig. Those are my memory temperatures for that rig. So it's okay, but there's definitely things to be watching out for the future. So my next rig is my Goku Rig. This consists of 12 GPUs. There are no cards with the GDR6X memory on this rig. This is all like 3060s, 3060 Ti's, 3070s. I do have two 3070s that are full hash rate on here, and somehow they like being on here. They don't crash the rig or anything. Like the uptime is very, very good. So yeah, man, I have no problem with this rig at all. Like you can see like 3070, like what do you call it? No, this one right here. 60 mega hash at 114 watts. This one's doing 60 mega hash at 107 watts. Very, very nice. Like I said, feel free to use the overclocks to you see fit, and hopefully they work out for you if you want to use them. So my next rig is called the Zoro Rig. This consists of my For the Win 3 3080. This is one of my older cards that I got last year. And it has two 3070 full hash rates. Obviously, they don't show the memory temperature. But this card, it's okay. It's doing okay right now at 92 degrees Celsius for the memory. And this is a For the Win 3. But however, these two cards down here, these are the XC3 Ultras. And yes, these are also one of my oldest cards that I have from a year ago. And this one's okay. Like this one's mining at 98 mega hash with a 90 degrees Celsius memory temperature and 38 core right now. But this card right here, 96 degrees Celsius and a 43 degree Celsius core at 86 mega hash. This card kind of has a problem. It really, really needs pads. I think this is my first ever 3080. And I think this might be the first card I ever... No, this 3070 was the first card I ever got. This was like the second card I ever got. But this card for sure needs thermal pads. So, yeah. And if you're wondering why I run all the fan speeds at 100%, like I have all these cards in one area. I'm still working on airflow, but like when you have like almost 2 gigahash running in a basement, man, like you need to have the fans up a little bit more. Like if I get the airflow better, where the ambient temperature is a lot better, I'll be reducing them. But for now, like I said, I'm keeping them at 100%. I know a lot of people will give me like slack for it, but it's better than having the memory temperatures just shoot up at 100, right? Like I'd rather change fans than, you know, have a GPU die on me because I wanted to reduce the fan speed. So that's pretty much that. And my last rig is called the Monkey D Luffy Rig. It's named after Luffy in One Piece. And this only has 4 3070 Ti's. These are all EVGA For the Win 3s. And if you're watching this video, I know that T-Rex came out with a update to have more hash rate, like a 79 or 80% unlock. Unfortunately, I don't have that on Hive OS at the moment. As of recording this video, it hasn't come out, so just keep that in mind if you're wondering why the hash is a little bit low compared to other people now. But yeah, man, these are all For the Win 3s, 3070 Ti's. You can see we're doing 57 mega hash on this one, 74 degrees memory temperature. The next one, this 3070 Ti is actually a B stock, and I know that because I plugged them all in one by one as I was testing, and this card, the memory temperature is a little bit higher, so whoever had this before me was probably mining on it, but probably wasn't taking care of it. But it's all good. If I gotta change pads on that one, I will eventually. But it's actually doing very good. Like all these cards are doing very good. Like this other 3070 Ti is only at 78 degrees Celsius with the 43 degrees Celsius core, and you know, this one's only at 74 degrees Celsius for the memory. So yeah, that's really good for this rig. I don't gotta worry about this rig at all. But honestly, I think if we get more LHR unlockers, like right now, we're not mining at 100%, right? Like the full GPU is not being used. I assume that, you know, with more unlocks that the temperature will go up because we're not using 100% of the GPU right now. So that's probably why it's a little bit lower than the other cards, because it's not being fully utilized. But a lot of people say I could be dual mining. No, I don't want to with this rig. It's okay. Like LHR cards are kind of weird. I don't really like them anymore. They act kind of funny, and if you can see the hash rate, like they kind of just act all weird and change all the time. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much all my cards on Hive OS. If I could show you guys the Windows cards, I would, but I'd have to do it with the GoPro, and I don't want to stretch the video out. But yeah, guys, those are all my memory temperatures for all my cards. Yeah, man, I think there's only a few cards that need thermal pad replacement, but in good practice, I might do more, like majority of the cards anyways. Like this 3070 Ti rig won't be touched, but for sure my other two rigs that I have, with 3080s and one 3090 and the other one with the 33080s, like they're for sure probably gonna get swapped out anyways. Like I said, it's good practice. If I'm doing one, might as well do them all, and just get it over with and get ready for the summer. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I hope the people that were requesting for it are happy. But yeah, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your memory temperatures are. Let me know if you're having any issues in the comments below. And thank you guys, and I'm out. Peace.